guys who have never fought before love to think that they can fight because, yeah, like it's a comforting idea to think that if everything went south and you had to fight to defend yourself or those that you loved, you'd do a good job. But if you've never fought before, you don't understand the reality of violence. The reality is that you can go from feeling confident to scared shitless in a second, because all it takes is for one guy who knows how to fight to rock your world, not in like a weird way.
Welcome back to Wise Men Company, fellas. Ben here. Today we have a very serious topic. Have you ever been in a fight? I think if you're serious about your preparedness, your survivability, self-defense, you should go get in a fight or close to an actual fight. I believe every man should fight another man to the point of exhaustion at least once in their life. I think society would be a lot more polite. I think people would have a healthy dose of reality if they did that. They'd quickly realize, hey, maybe I don't have that dog in me, or maybe I don't see red, or maybe I won't rise to the occasion. Fighting another human being, you quickly realize the struggle, the helplessness, the cluelessness that comes upon you when you're in an altercation, when you are fighting for your life. Now, there's a lot of ways to go get in a fight, but we want to do it legally and we want to do it in the safest way possible. So the first option, and probably the most popular option, would be some sort of full contact martial art, a combat sport, if you will. Boxing, wrestling, judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, all of them are great. All of them have different benefits. Do all of them if you can. That's usually not possible, but those examples right there, and there's many more, are a great way to go get in an altercation without getting arrested or actually dying. Now, is it a true altercation? No, but a lot of these combat sports will take you right up to the edge. For the last year and a half, I have been doing Jiu-Jitsu. I've gone to 3 to 4 classes a week, again, for the last year and a half, and it has been an eye-opening experience. Now, I have been in altercations prior to Jiu-Jitsu, high school, college, little spats here and there, nothing super serious, little fights. I have a brother that's 14 months younger than me, so we're very close in age. We fought all the time, but not enough experience to have gained a lot of information or real life experience. Jiu-Jitsu has been a blessing and a struggle. The blessings: physical fitness, you're gonna get some good exercise out of it, community, thinking under pressure, pain tolerance, a lot of great benefits from Jiu-Jitsu. Some of the struggles, injuries being the big one. I've never been more injured in my entire life than practicing Jiu-Jitsu. I've done 6 tactical games in a year one time. I've done CrossFit. I've done athletics in high school and college. I've never been more injured than Jiu-Jitsu. And that's probably a video for another time, but it just comes with the territory. You are fighting other men of all sizes that are trying to almost kill you. So you're going to get hurt. When I first started Jiu-Jitsu, I quickly realized how vulnerable I actually am. For those of you that have been in the game a while or competing in mixed martial arts or combat sports, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm talking about. When I first got in, and I knew going in it was going to be an uphill battle, when I first got in, it was a real eye-opener of how pathetic I am as a fighter. And I realized that, man, this is a humbling experience. I am going against somebody that is technically weaker and smaller than me, and they are destroying me. They are handling me without even breaking a sweat. What is the deal here? Why aren't my gun skills and my athletics helping me here? Why is that not helping me here? Well, because I had never been in an real altercation for a substantial period of time. The only way, I can't think of any way I would have gained this experience other than a combat sport. It has been a great blessing, like I have said, but there has been plenty of times I have driven home under the speed limit with the music off, contemplating my life. And that's a good thing. I would say that's a good thing. Now, I've gotten better since then, but I had to go through that period. And that's kind of the whole arching topic of this video. You need to experience that because you do not want to go into a real fight cold turkey or dry. Like, you need to have some experience. You need to know what you're capable of, what you're made of. You need to be able to think under pressure. And Jiu-Jitsu has greatly increased my ability to do that. On the gun side of the house, we want to try to get as close to a real gunfight as possible, but that is difficult. We shoot real bullets at fake targets. We shoot fake bullets at real people, but we can't get a 1-to-1 ratio of reality when it comes to gunfighting. A suggestion on that front would be Simunitions. Simunitions are a great tool, but like Phil Groff says from Vigor Training, it's like a rich chocolatey dessert. You can't have too much of it. Simunitions will give you that pain factor and it'll give you some realism to actual ballistics, but it's, like I said, it's not a 1-for-1. And the more you do it, the more guys start to game it. They realize, oh, I'll just eat the pain when I get hit, or I can just stay behind cover or concealment and these bullets won't get to me. Simunitions are a great tool when we're talking about simulating a gunfight, but they don't give us a good 1-for-1. And neither does combat sports or mixed martial arts. But again, we're trying to get to as close as possible without the real thing being safe and legal.
Dick shots.
If you're looking for a fight that mixes guns and combatives, I would recommend a class. And the gold standard in the United States right now would be a Shiv Works class. Craig Douglas, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Craig Douglas. I've never taken his class. It's on my bucket list. I've had a lot of friends take his class. They have all loved it. I've seen a lot of his videos. Again, I want to get into one of his classes sometime. They fill up quick. But in a Shiv Works class, they're going to put you in scenarios that are going to have simunitions. They're going to have fake knives. They're going to have hand-to-hand fighting. You are going to experience the full gambit of a physical altercation, and they're going to let you play it out, and they're going to talk about it. They're going to break it down. Again, a great way to get into a fight without actually getting into a fight. I know a lot of people that take at least one of Craig's classes a year just because they want that refreshing mentality. They want to stay sharp. They'll take a class a year just to get something new out of it and just to hold that edge. Again, there's a lot of other great companies out there, but Shiv Works is kind of the gold standard. I hope to get in a class someday. Some final thoughts about getting in a fight. If skill is equal, then strength and stamina will be the deciding factor. I had a coach that always said that. If skill is equal, strength and stamina will be the deciding factor between the two opponents. And vice versa. Strength and stamina are equal, then skill will be the deciding factor. That being said, we need to be both. We need to have our skills up and we need to have our strength and stamina up. They go hand in hand. I have seen very small, weak individuals that have a ton of skill manhandle bigger, larger opponents. And I've seen some really big, strong guys, and I mean the strength side, like you have to be really big and strong. I've seen some really big, strong guys hold their own against far more skilled opponents. That strength and stamina bought them time. It gave them kind of a buffer, whereas a weaker opponent wouldn't have had that. I'm sure you guys know some individuals out there that are absolutely terrifying. You're not even sure if they're the same species as us. They're strong, they have skill. Those people exist. They're out there. They are unassuming. You can't judge a book by your cover. That's one thing Jiu-Jitsu kind of opened my eyes to. Like, oh man, that guy looks like a normal 40-year-old dad, but he's a killer, right? You just don't know what some of these people are capable of. Yeah, it's a small percentage, but I mean, some of these guys, man, they are just terrifying human beings. It's not somebody you would want to get in a bar fight with or insult their wife because they would just tear you limb from limb. These guys are the strong and they are the skilled. Back to the original thought. If you're serious about your survivability, about preparing, about self-protection, protecting yourself and your family, you need to experience a fight. You need to experience multiple types of fights or as close to a real fight as you possibly can get. Again, being safe and legal, you need to have that exposure of yourself. Men will quickly find out what they're capable of and not what they think they are capable of. All right, fellas, I know for some of you this really hits home, and I'd like you to jump down in the comments. Some of you have actual combat experience. Some of you have been in actual altercations. Some of you have been competing or practicing combat or mixed martial arts or combat sports all your life. Get down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Ask questions. Let me know your experiences. I think this is a great topic and it doesn't get talked about enough. Hope you enjoyed this video. My name's Ben. If you want to support us, go to wisemencompany.com. We have a lot of great gear over there. It's high quality goods. It's fast shipping. It directly supports us. And trust me, guys, we do appreciate that support. We like making these videos for you guys. We like putting this information out. I like talking with you guys down in the comments. Thank you.